So, welcome everybody to the Australian Hypnosis Conference. Today I'm here with Agi Mooy, but before we get into what she's going to be talking about, I'd like to thank our major sponsor this year, which is Fabian Wesselink from HypnoBreath. So, please join in on that. It's going to be exciting. But back to you, Agi. You're doing Believe and Receive vision board.
Absolutely.
Why? Is this a good thing? Like, tell me more.
Oh, I'd love to. I created my first vision board after watching The Secret, and that was The Secret.
Oh,
If
as in The Secret.
The Secret.
Oh, is that what The Secret was?
Yes, part of it was vision boards.
Wow. Yeah, yeah,
Part
yeah.
of it was with vision boards, and Jack Canfield was very big in the instrumentation of me wanting to find out more about vision boards. And this was back in 2001,
Hmm.
was when I watched The Secret. I created my first vision board and I busily got magazines and I got a board and I cut pictures out because that's what you did back then. And I still believe it's still the best way to actually,
It's kinesthetic and connecting, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely 100%. I still believe that's the best way. You do need to have, the brain to the hand to the paper. And I busily cut out all the pictures. And to be honest, we were not in a good place. We were not in a good place back at that stage. We were on a large rural portfolio. Everything was going upside down. We were in major drought. We'd borrowed a ton of money for the mortgage of the farm. Then we borrowed a ton more money
Can't
to
save it.
purchase cattle.
Yeah.
And it was just our bad management as well, not being or being farmers, generational farming, right? So,
Mm.
yeah,
The
let's
drought
go buy
doesn't
a
help it.
farm. Let's go do this. And
Yeah.
anyway, it all went very sour. And
Oh,
I actually used to sit out on what I call my little makeshift office. And I used to look out at the window, and there was the Stewart's Brook Creek, and it had no water in it at all. And I was just watching a little duck, and it was just trying to get some water to float on. And I was just crying and crying and crying. And I'm like, imagine, imagine if I could make this better. Imagine if I could live in a better place. Imagine what my life would be like if I could have a genie and just ask for everything that I wanted. So I just started creating this vision board, and onto it I found this house that I loved. Yes, very materialistic things, but when you're not even
you
able
still
to
need
put
them to
food on the
survive.
table,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, no shame there whatsoever. And I believe whatever, there is no right or wrong for what you want. It's completely your own,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So pictures of gardens, pictures of garden paths, all of the rest. And yeah, I used to look at it, but I didn't really know what to do with it. I used
Yeah.
to look at it and I used to dream, and I'd look at it every morning and every night, and perhaps that was enough. Trish, I don't know. Perhaps it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It
long
instilled
story
hope.
short, let's fast forward. The actual vision board got packed up into boxes. So my husband at the time had an accident. He came off a horse as he was breaking a horse in to
Oh,
send off to Queensland. He never survived. So
oh.
we found out that he passed away up top of a mountain, and I couldn't live there anymore. I just couldn't do the deal anymore. I
Yeah.
couldn't handle it on my own. Vision board gets packed up into boxes, and what do you do? And then I'm like, okay, all right, get yourself together, get your act together. You're going to need to move closer into town. You're going to need to put this place on the market. You're going to need to do this, that, and the other. And I've got a couple of boys, right? And they're all grown adults now. And they were so good, right? They helped mama in every way they could. And so, yes, I actually moved into town, into Scone, and I rented a place, and it was just perfect. It was taking away, all the anxiety, all the stress.
Mm.
It was just lovely. And, I don't know, the real
So the
estate
vision
agent,
board came back out, did it?
yeah, it did because the real estate agent came just before the 12 months lease was up and he said, hey, the owners, they're selling. So why don't you buy? And I'm like, how? How am
Wow,
I going to buy this
I'd gone
place?
through all this trauma. What do I do?
How am I going to buy this place? Anyway, so I don't know. My son gave me the details of a financial broker. He helped me get a loan without, because let me just backtrack very quickly. As yourself, many people would know, if you don't have a 9 to 5 job, if
Mm-hmm.
you're running your own business, not necessarily do the banks like
Well, they
you very.
don't like us.
And I went to 4 traditional banks and they all shut me down. So this particular financial advisor actually acquired me a low doc loan from Western Australia, of all places, Bank WA. I
Mm.
bought the house and then I decided to unpack the boxes that were in the shed.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. And guess what was in those boxes?
It was the house.
It was the house, it was the vision board, it
Oh,
was
it
the
was in there.
pavers. Probably I'm not that equipped right now, but I still have that original board, and I'm more than happy to share that with everybody.
Yeah.
So I thought there's something to this,
Believed and you received.
but there's more to it. It's the
Mm.
emotion that goes behind it. It is more than just watching the pictures. It's a little bit more than just, putting something onto a board. And even past that now, I've also learnt some other things that really help to manifest even much quicker. So to me, that was still quick. I mean, if you're looking in the timeline of things, that was 8 years.
Yeah, but still, a lot of people without that cue or that trigger may have lost their way, may have
Absolutely.
lost that hope because, hope is what gives us the energy to strive on, even if it's in the teeny tiny small. We all notice that one piece of glitter stuck on a person's face.
Yes.
So yeah, love
And
that.
so, yeah, and then moving further forward, exactly where I am right now, this has been on boards on my mind, front of mind. The house that we're renovating at the moment, where I'm living at the moment, since then I've moved to Port Stephens. Everything that is happening, the places that I'm practicing my beautiful business from, all of it has been boarded, has been
Yeah.
vision boarded, and it
Wow.
has all become a reality.
And does that also help you process those dreams and aspirations? Because you can get bogged down of all the stuff that you want, and then you just delete it because it's all too much. So does doing
Overwhelming.
vision, does it help like reduce that overwhelm and keep the focus?
Yes, absolutely. And this newer concept, I guess, or this newer way of really taking it back traditional, back to hand to paper, and now realizing that a vision board, as you see behind me,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be contained inside a board.
Mm, yeah.
So these are my new thoughts, and I've learnt along the way that actually having a frame but not finishing this on the outer edge of the board, because serendipity happens outside of the border. The conversations and the joining of the dots happens outside of the border.
Absolutely.
So I'm just, look, I can see my goosebumps.
I'm getting goosebumps too.
I'm just so excited to share all of the oh my gosh, the vision, the emotion, the passion, the electricity that is happening right now, and how I've created it. I've
Yeah.
literally created it.
Fantastic. I cannot wait. Honestly, it's going to be really exciting to, see your work and stuff like that. I personally never really did a vision board, but recently, once you mentioned it, I was like, oh, okay, I'll have a little bit of a dabble. And as much as it's not a board, I got out an old dress and I thought, you know what? I want to wear that dress in the next 4 to 5 months, and I've hung it on the wall. And I
Hmm.
honestly believe it gives you those glimmers of hope, those reminders when you're having those rough times, of why you're doing this and to keep going so that the thoughts don't get bogged down.
100%. I agree with you so much on that. Having the visual and attaching the emotion to it
The kinesthetic.
releases everything and just allows it to all, you know, when we become magnetic.
Yes. Yep. Love it. Love it. So let's have a bit of fun with Agi's imagination. Are you open for that?
Sure.
All right, so here we have it. Let's imagine you have found a magical remote control and you can rewind, pause, or fast forward through time.
Okay.
Now, you've accidentally pressed rewind and you ended up so far in the past that you end up in the time of the dinosaurs.
Rightio. Wow.
A friendly triceratops comes across you and says, how can I help you? What is your next move?
Oh gosh, my next move would be to make friends with the Triceratops, allow him to, or ask him if he would allow me to ride on his back so that I could actually see everything else that's going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I've got bird's eye vision of everything else that's going on. And seriously,
Yeah.
to become part of his family, I think it would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, wouldn't it? You'd be like this Wonder Woman of the cave world.
I would love, and all the little baby triceratops,
Oh,
I
that's
could
cuteness
nurture
overload.
them. Yeah, remember The Land Before Time? I don't know
Oh,
if you've ever watched
yes,
that.
with Ducky. He was like, yep, yep, yep.
That's where my mind went to because, yeah, I just think they're the cutest things. Yes, I understand that maybe they've got sharp teeth, but they're friendly.
Yeah, this sounds completely friendly. It's there to help you. So thank you so much, Agi, for spending some time with me today. We cannot wait for you to come to the Australian Hypnosis Conference. Is that your puppy dog?
Yeah,
Hello. Hello,
can you
puppy.
see? Yeah, you might be. Kane,
Oh,
you know what?
he's
When
like,
people talk, he's like, I'm not going to look.
He's like, no, no, no. So we cannot
Oh,
wait
no.
to be hearing your talk at the Australian Hypnosis Conference. And not only will Argy be giving a talk, but you'll also be creating vision boards yourself as well. So jump on that because it's an interactive experience.
Yes, that is exactly. I just wanted to, I knew you would. I knew you would. But the fact that we get to workshop it together is making me so, so excited. And just a little glimmer of my
Oh,
latest
wow.
one. Yeah,
Oh, flutterbies. I love that.
this
Wow.
is the sort of thing. And I
And you've
just can't,
mind mapped it.
yeah, I just can't wait to workshop it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Anyway, enough.
yep. We'll all be doing that at Australian Hypnosis Conference. Okay. So grab your tickets now and meet Argy there and let's all get creative together. We'll catch everybody there. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.